Wow, we've really covered a lot in this section of the Python Bible on strings. Now, in this lecture, I just want to make a quick review of what we've covered and also give you a little taster of what's coming up in the next section. So after this lecture, you'll be feeling really proud of yourself on what you've learned about strings, and hopefully you'll be rather excited for the next section of the course on logic, which is where all the really cool stuff happens. But I won't spoil anything yet. Let's do our review. We started off by looking at what strings are and how we can make them. We saw that there are three main ways: single quotes, double quotes, and triple quotes. Now, Python gives us this many ways because it gives us plenty of flexibility when making strings and also stops our strings from breaking when we use certain punctuation. Next, you learned how to be a string mechanic by learning how to fix strings if they do get broken. And after that, you created the legendary Hello World program, which entered you into the official realm of Python programmers. Congratulations! Welcome to the club. After that, you then sailed through a couple of coding challenges which checked your understanding, and you were then met with the second project of the course, the Hello U program. We started off by showing you how to use Python's comments to structure your code and keep your mind organized and focused on the task at hand. Next, you learned how to take a user's input and store it in variables to be used later in your program, and you then learned how to process these variables and create useful output messages using string concatenation and string formatting. You also learned how some data types are incompatible and can't simply be concatenated together, like strings and numbers. You learned how to resolve problems with data incompatibility like this by learning how to convert or cast from one data type to another. After that, you sailed through another two coding challenges, and then you learned all about string methods. First, you learned what string methods are and how to use them. Then we went through many useful functions that can do many useful things, like finding the index of a certain string inside another, turning our string into uppercase, or count the amount of times a certain piece of text appears, and so on. We also learned how to check whether a string was in the correct format with a few string methods as well. After that, you learned all about slices. You learned what they are, how to use them, and also a few shortcuts that makes using slices a dream. You then had a quick quiz, followed by a coding challenge to check your understanding, and then we jumped into the third project of the course, the email slicer. In that project, we combined all that we've learned so far to collect user input and store it in a string variable. You then slice that variable into smaller pieces to get the username and domain name from the email address, and finally you use string formatting to create an output message for the user using the data that they previously had provided you. Well done, well done, well done. Honestly, you've done amazing. So as you can see, we've covered an incredible amount of stuff in this section, and you should be feeling super confident whenever you have to deal with text in Python, now or in the future. So well done. The next section of the course is one of my favourites. At the moment, our programs are quite simple, and they can only account for one possible route of action. However, life isn't like that, and there are usually many possible routes that a user might take. To deal with all of these opportunities and possibilities, we need logic. In the next section, you're going to be learning all about logic in Python, so the program can respond whichever the way the user chooses to go. As you can see, our Python programs are going to get a whole lot more badass, so let's jump in, and I'll see you in the next video.